Hello, everyone. Welcome to Snap Take. This is Glazer of Snap Judgments, the official podcast of Marvel Snap Zone. And we've got two awesome decks for you. We've got a totally new take on Thanos that is fantastic from one of the best deck builders in the game, QuineeEquinox. And we've got a Queen Agatha list. This is the Agatha list that won the All Agatha Tournament. We also have sort of a surprise deck at the end that we're just going to be like, hey, by the way, this is here. Not do a full guide for. Let's get ourselves started. Before we do, though, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to this channel. We are 5 subs from 5,000 as of my recording of this. As soon as we hit 5,000, I'm going to do another giveaway. We're going to look at the winners of a giveaway on the next slide every day on the channel, every weekday. And you might notice that today's Sunday, so kind of every day except Saturday, we bring you two brand new decks that you can't find anywhere else. We hit you with the best decks in the meta. We show you how to play them before anyone else gets to them so that you can take advantage of their early cube equity before anyone really knows what they're doing. If that sounds interesting to you, please hit that sub button. We'd really appreciate your support. We gave away 5-year Marvel Snap as part of the Marvel Snap anniversary, and because we had Glenn Jones on the podcast. So if you want to hear us interview Glenn Jones, talk about the top 5 cards each cost slot, that is on the Marvel Snap Zone YouTube. You should 100% check that out. But in honor of those things, we gave away 5 of the Deadpool anniversary passes. The winners are Bojack Norseman, Nick W., Bjorn the Viking, Kevin Kyle, and Pink Chicada. So if you are one of those 5 people, please do me a favor, send us an email at snapjudgmentspodcast@gmail.com. You can find the description to that in like the about us section of the YouTube channel. Send us a video. I'm going to ask for a screenshot that shows that 1, you are who you say you are, and 2, that you're subbed to the channel. And from there, guess what? I'll get you sent those passes. All good? Let's keep it going. Our general deck credits for today are QuineeEquinox. QuineeEquinox is a phenomenal deck builder and player. She took a little break from Snap, but she's back now, and she's back immediately building completely sick decks. You can find her on Twitter. I'd also like to take this opportunity to announce the Rainbow Snap Clash. It is an LGBTQ plus charity tournament. It's 60% for charity, 40% for the top 4 in terms of prize money. Lots of creators are going to be in it. If you have interest in it, it's running November 11th and 12th on Fiona Shade Stories, Twitter, and Twitch. Make sure you check that out. I'm going to be doing a lot of promotion for that. I'm really, really excited for that tournament. We also have the winner of the excuse me, brain. Woo! The winner of the Agatha Only Decks tournament, JDMacdonaldinho. JDMacdonaldinho is a Twitch streamer, really cool person, someone that is also a member of the Lambie team over on Discord, and just a generally pleasant and fun person to be around. Love it when good people win. We love to see it. I also just want to take a quick second to prop Guest. Guest is a content creator, an incredibly nice person that I talk to all the time. He ran this big Agatha tournament for his birthday, so hey, happy birthday, Guest. Please go sub to Guest on Twitch or follow him at least. You won't regret it. Super, super great person who really cares about the game. Finally, plugs. Right on Marvel Snap Zone today, I have sleeper decks of the week from last week. I also have a pretty cool top 5 out. Hopefully check those out. Also, don't forget the Marvel Snap Zone YouTube for Glenn. I was also featured on Marvel Snapcast with Sino and Super Tech God, and I had an absolute blast. One of the most fun times I've had in Snap in a long time. So make sure you check out Marvel Snapcast. You can just type that into YouTube and it will pop right up. Deck 1, we got QuineeEquinox's Stone Ocean. I love the name. It always has the best names. Okay. So what does this deck do? What this deck really ends up doing is it says I can get pretty big with Elsa, and if you can't go over the top of me, I'm gonna win. So it uses Goose and Jean Grey as a way to basically say, toward the end of the game, my opponent cannot play a big card. Well, I've already won a lane with Professor X or whatever else. Now they're stuck playing small while I can still play big and I can outgrow them with Elsa. It's brilliant. It works really, really well because you still have like all your scaling cards, and like because of Jean, those scaling cards are basically completely protected from stuff like Shadow King, and then you have Blue Marvel and like Super Skrull to help go over the top, and Spider-Man to make it so they have to play there. You can also steal lanes with Professor X because they'll be still trying to deal with your Jean Grey, and you can fill that relatively quickly thanks to your other cards, right? Thanks to your moving cards, thanks to Jeff, and then you drop Professor X. I'd also like to note two changes to this deck that our friend Peaceful C, if you don't know, Peaceful is, in my personal opinion, the content creator whose content is closest to mine. You should check Peaceful out. Peaceful added Vision for Blue Marvel and Storm for Spider-Man. Or Super Skrull. I don't actually remember for Spider-Man or Super Skrull now that it occurs to me. But whatever, the idea is pretty similar there, like the Storm / Super Skrull. The Storm is basically to steal a lane, and then Vision can still go in that lane and get it. Vision's also a great card with Elsa, so feel free to make those changes or not as you so choose. I fine either way. All right, you need Thanos and Elsa Bloodstone for this, and this deck is built for Jean. You can probably change Jeff and Mobius. Jeff is fine as Nightcrawler here. Mobius can be Rogue or Luke Cage because I don't know how much Man Thing you're still seeing. I still see a reasonable amount. Man Thing is pretty good into this matchup. You're keeping Mobius here specifically because it gives you some play into Darkhawk, and Darkhawk is otherwise a really difficult matchup because Zabu and then putting rocks in your deck isn't great for Thanos. But you beat kind of everything else, so like this is a really cool deck and really powerful. My note here, I'm so happy Quinny is back. Welcome back, friend. Turn 1 is Stone Draw. Turn 2, Elsa over Angela over Mobius over Goose is my general order. I like to play Goose a little bit later so that maybe they've emptied a couple of cheap things from their hand by the time I play it, right? And then they have to work harder to get in there. Turn 3, Energy Spike is your goal. You would really like that Time Stone. So you can Professor X on 4. If not, this is around when I drop Jean, but I'd really rather drop 2 and a Stone. So like if I can go Angela, then I can go Elsa and a Power Stone, Elsa and a Soul Stone. That feels real nice. Elsa and a Draw is obviously even better than that. Turn 4, Professor X is like the best play. If not, I want to get, this is where I want to get Jean or Spidey out and drop a Stone. Turn 5, Jean and Goose, Professor X, Blue Marvel. Depends what you have, depends what they have. Read the board. Turn 6 is a Blue Marvel, or just drop to fill as many lanes as possible. If you have Blue Marvel out, right, that's +1, then Angela is going to be +3 for filling those lanes. That's +4 in every lane for everything. It's amazing how many games of Marvel Snap just that little bit wins. So that's how you play this deck. Next up, we do a quick talk about variants. So we've got a decent number of hips here. I guess we have one above our hip minimum. We want at least 4 hips in every deck. We got 5 here. We got Elsa, Goose, Jeff, Mobius, and Blue Marvel. You love to see it. We've also got the only. I got the Pixel Gene a few ago. It's sad. I don't want it, but like whatever. I also have this completely gorgeous Dark Phoenix looking amazing Jean Grey that I love so much from the Midnight Suns. I bought 3 Midnight Sun variants. This is one. I really love this one. I decided to Max Greek Spider-Man in this because I don't know, it just felt like it fit the vibe and the like different art of the deck. We got a couple baby variants I like, but oh, excuse me, I think that's actually a chibi Super Scroll. Well, it's a baby Professor X, but whatever. Similar art styles on those variants. And I've got I since because of that I also threw the baby Angela in. I really love baby Angela. I really love baby Professor X. The Super Scrolls, okay. And this is my favorite Thanos. I have it in gold with the purple Kirby crackle, and America Chavez is just here to make it all more consistent. You really would like to see Jean and Goose, and anything that makes you more likely to do those cards sooner is better. And obviously, Elsa's, I think, right now, the best card in Marvel Snap. All right. MacDonaldinho. It's Agatha deck. He won. He beat all the other Agathas with this deck. Does that mean this is a deck you should take to ladder? I mean, look, straight up, probably not. But there's something here. I think like Master Mold should be like wave for the regular meta. And but like everything else is kind of like okay here, right? Maybe you throw a Loki in here. I really like Loki with Agatha because you play Loki, it just chucks your hand right, and then you have their cards. You don't have to worry about it. And you're still drawing powerful things. This deck is built to sort of play itself, because the idea is that Mobius is going to blow up waves and everyone's going to wave to try and get Agatha, and then you make that just a bad play for the opponent. But those waves will let you play your Agatha, but not them play their Agatha. If Mobius is played, that's great. Master Mold is great into Agatha here, because when you drop Master Mold, that's 2/3s that the opposing Agatha may want to play. Maw and Nebula are just big cards. The computer doesn't really know to play into the Nebula lane, which is nice. Silk moves wherever she wants, so not a concern. Jubilee gives you a chance of high rolls. Ghost Riders for if you sift your Agatha, while Captain Marvel and Vision are movers that can help you win a game of Snap. All around, obviously, all of these things work together to make a really, really solid Elsa deck. So this is like not something I'm telling you to ladder with, but like if you're just like, I want to farm some Season Pass XP and not lose every game, welcome to this deck. This is like one of the things you can use to do so. Nebula can be Sunspot, and Silk is harder to replace. I might try Lizard, but I really like Silk in this deck, I think. Turn 1 is whatever Agatha wants, and turn 2 is whatever Agatha wants. Turn 3, if you're lucky, Sif. If not, it's whatever Agatha wants. Turn 4, whatever Agatha wants. If Agatha is discarded, then you drop Ghost Rider. If not, if he's discarded, you don't have Ghost Rider, you drop Captain Marvel, etc. Turn 5, whatever Agatha wants. If you're lucky, Vision, Ghost Rider, Captain Marvel, or Jubilee. Sort of in that order, but not exactly. Turn 6, you'll never guess. Agatha, she's going to play herself. Or you can play something else if it really makes sense, but like, once Agatha's gone, right? Like, you can drop a Captain Marvel and a Mobius there, right? It's 7 power and it's reasonable. You have all these different things you can do. Cool. This is, again, not something you should climb with. I promise you have an extra deck you can climb with. I'm not leaving you out in the cold today. But I just thought this was too cool not to share. Homeboy won a ton of money by optimizing Agatha to screw up other Agatha. Quick variant talk. We are a hip short here, and it hurts. We've only got Nebula, Mobius, and Sif. We need one more hip. I bought this Maw the other day. I now am down to 20 variants. 20 cards I need variants for that I don't have for. So we're there. You can see that one of those 20 is Master Mold. I want that hip Master Mold. If I see it, it's mine. I have this Silk and I have Venomized Silk. Both are gorgeous. I prefer this. Few Jubilees. I don't know why I decided to throw a party dress Jubilee in there today, but I did. I like this Captain Marvel fine. I like this Vision fine. I just got this Ghost Rider from a random from filling up the like buy 10 variants thing, and I love it so much. I got it to gold. It's animated. The fire looks amazing. The fire effects on animated cards are incredible. So I love that. I decided to throw Baby American just to change it, and I have the sort of old woman looking Agatha, but I like the pixel better. It's got big like Hermione energy, and I'm all about it. See, I told you I'd have another climber deck. Lambie went and won the tournament and climbed into the top 100 of ladder because he's Lambie and just decided to one day, so he did. Right? He decided to take Loki. This is the current version of Loki that he's running, which means it's at least in contention for the best Loki in the game. If you would like a different take on Loki, Friday's video had Dara's Tech Loki, and earlier in the week, I want to say last Tuesday's video, had Evazord, and like all of these are top players in the game, right? Eva's tournament winning Loki, which is more similar to this than Dara's, which is wildly different. So we're not going to do a turn by turn for this because, like, well, I'm getting to a point where turn by turns by Loki are a little bit silly, right? Like, you want a Loki generally turn 4, right? Sometimes turn 3, but like generally speaking, you'd like to Loki turn 4 with as many cards in hand as possible. You're prioritizing playing Collector and Elsa because they're a lot of power. If you've got a Elsa out, you want to try and get 3 into location. You want to get Kitty in there over and over again. You want to get Jeff in there. Maria Hill is great because she gives you an extra shot at an Angela, Collector, Elsa, Jeff, Luke Cage, bunch of just really, really great cards. 2 is the strongest cost slot in the game right now. Coulson is like the closest thing you have to a backup plan. It's a way to like pump up your collector, get a couple extra cards for Loki. It's just an all-around decent card. Agent 13 is a card generator. It's generic as crap. And Snow Guard here is just really good, right? Like A, turning off locations is often game winning, and B, it's a one cost for 2 cards for Loki, which is irreplaceable. And Cosmo is here to basically say, well, if they're gonna Shadow King me, they're not Shadow Kinging this spot or this card, which is like game winning in and of itself. And that's the deck, right? Like America says, I really, really, really want to draw Loki, so let's try. This deck is great. All the versions of Loki are great. You can do this deck with like half the cards, right? You need Loki, you need Elsa, and like Snowguard is nice, but run a Sentinel. Jeff is great, but run a Nightcrawler, right? Like this is an extremely flexible deck. You don't even like 100% need Kitty as good as she is. You need Loki, you need Elsa, which I know pay to win, yada yada. But like we are where we are in the meta. And again, to anyone who listened to the podcast, I said this last video. I fully expect Elsa to be nerfed based on Glenn's comments on Snap Judgments on the podcast. He said that it came in well above target, and he kept emphasizing that it was way stronger than they expected. So if that's where we are, then this is going to be nerfed. I'm expecting it this Thursday. I don't know that. I don't have any inside information that says it's going to be Thursday. It's just what my gut says. And even so, Loki is going to be one of the best decks in the game. I think I'm just fine with that, right? Like it's super hard to pilot. The very best players can compete with it, but they're not like dominating. They're not ultimately destroying everything else. There's a lot of tier 1 decks, and if you're a really great player who wants to climb with Loki as a tier 1 deck, more power to you. All right. Every day we take a look at my shop, and this shop was a thing of beauty today. Um, I bought Shadow King, one of the cards I didn't have variant for, and I bought this M'Baku, one of the cards I didn't have variants for. Spending 2,400 gold in a day is obviously not ideal, but um, look, it took me down to 20 cards that I don't have variants for, so I grabbed it. I'm obviously not buying pixel variants. I have the anime Angela and the baby Angela, which I like a lot. I like this Angela, but not enough for 1,200 gold when I just spent 2,400. Um, I think this Loki is pretty cool as far as Venomized variants go. I don't love Venom. I'm like a fairly anti-Venom person. Sorry. I know that's a character. I guess that's a pun, but whatever. I'm a fairly anti-Venom person. Um, and they gave us the best Loki, right? Like they gave us the best Loki for buying the season pass, so I don't feel like I need another one. And I have like 6 or 7 Enchantress variants. Like I've got so many Enchantress variants. I spent $200 one. I got the other one they gave away for whatever else, the Midnight Suns one or whatever other one they just gave away. And I have the one where she's sitting on the throne. I just have a lot of Enchantress variants and I just don't need any more. So I'm not buying another Enchantress. But I got the Shadow King, I got the M'Baku. I'm at 20 cards I don't have variants for. Let's get going. Helping me get to that 20 cards is this Vulture was the only decent thing in my shop yesterday. So I grabbed it because Vulture was also one of those 20 cards. I actually don't like this Vulture very much, despite that I bought it. I like it better than the base art, but I think like my real issue is Vulture's kind of an ugly design. I might grab another one if I saw it. Again, I got this amazing Ghost Rider, so I just wanted to show it a little bigger. I love it. And the other day in a random cache, or um, from the collection track actually, I got this Orca. I think this is the best Orca, so I'm really, really happy that this was a random one. And again, one of my cards that I didn't have variants for. So I got 5 variants for 5 cards this week that I didn't otherwise have variants for. We're almost there. We're so close to like getting a variant for every card. Look, I'm no super tech guy who has every variant, but if I could have one for every card, I'd be real, real happy. All right. One more thing. This bundle is in the shop. I am not buying it. I'm going to tell you exactly who should buy it if you are considering it. If you're willing to spend and have gold, but you're not like a massive whale, and there's like a series 5 card that you really want to buy that you don't think is coming into shops anytime soon. And the card that I'm mostly thinking of for that is Iron Lad. You have 5,000 gold, you want Iron Lad, you like these variants, go get them. I have 56,000 tokens and like 17 or 18 saved spotlights. So I'm not grabbing this because I don't need 60,000 collector's tokens. That doesn't do anything. And like the variants could put me over the top, but I like both the hip apocalypse, the hip Sif, and this apocalypse that I got from an older, very expensive bundle more. So I am not grabbing these, but if you are looking for Iron Lad, like a hyper specific Series 5 card that you just can't wait for, this is one of the easiest and cleanest ways to get there because it gets you almost the whole way there, assuming you have any tokens saved up. All good? Great. That's it for today. Please hit that sub button. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. As soon as we get to 5,000 subs, we're doing another giveaway. Thanks again. We will see you tomorrow with 2 brand new decks, as we do every day.